On the channel, they don't give a site. They don't give a location, but I'm thinking it's on the other side of the globe from America. We're in the daytime right now at 11 o'clock in the morning. So this is probably somewhere Europe, Italy. I'm not sure, guys. I'll keep looking. All right, but we'll figure it out. We got time to figure it out, right? We do. That's what I'm talking about. Truth in plain sight, right there. How do you hide the truth? In plain sight. And everybody's minds are going, no, no, this can't be real. This can't be real. My mind's telling me that this guy's got to be faking this live shot. He didn't put the address on it, but then I'm watching it, and this thing is real, guys. Sorry, don't mean to be the messenger of bad tidings, but to the believer, this is a happy time. Yeah, folks, I just want to confirm it is real. That blue planet's actually calming down some. Just keep watching. You know about as much as I do. I told you, people, if I find some crazy stuff like this, I'm going to show it. Cars, see how dark it's getting? It's getting a lot darker wherever we're at here. Sun simulator, that could be the sun went down there. I don't know. 111. When I see that, I know it's perfect timing to show this, folks. This is one of the things that God shows me for 15 years now. 111 is always perfect timing. I'm on time. It just turned to 110 because someone said, I'm leaving. This is too freaky. I'd like for all you new people to subscribe because I'm looking for stuff like this. And if this is one event after another, and you guys give me an address, I'll jump to the address for something else. You could confirm this somewhere. So you hunters out there, if you see something, if I don't see you on the chat because I'm moving around doing stuff, and I'm actually advertising and shouting it out to 29 groups on Facebook. Shout it out to your groups that are like Alien, all that people. Shout it out to everybody because if basically I'm going to stay on this. If you guys find something confirming this on the other side of the globe, please send me the link. I'll just stay live and I'll keep showing stuff. Okay? And I'm here. I'm going to take a little break for a second. Jesus is coming. Get ready. 111 again. watching it. I'm going to stay up until they shut me down. I think I have a limit on how long I could go. If they shut me down, I'll come back up, all right? But I don't know what to tell you from this point on. Got Jesus? Hang out. Shout it out. I'm watching these clusters kind of touching now. They wasn't touching earlier. These things down here in the pairs of twos, man, they got me kind of baffled. This right here got me baffled the way it goes across there. So is it a combination of ships and asteroids and they're trying to direct them another way? I don't know. Okay, folks, we've been on this thing for an hour and 45 minutes. It doesn't look like it's moving, but it actually is coming in closer. But I think it's just going to sit there. We should see it on the east and west coast of the USA tonight. For right now, I'm going to switch over to something I showed earlier. I didn't even know it launched. I guess I had it on a schedule. But these UFOs incoming, these are real too. So it kind of goes with this. So hang on to your seats, all right? All right. So I set this video up yesterday, and I'm gonna let the video go ahead and talk. All right. Channel with the $1 billion seats on the arc, and then Gina Maria Colvin Hill. She does cell phone telelens, some incredible stuff by the sun. I'm gonna do some forensic on hers today. So there you go. If you're ready. Pretty interesting. It's a long video, a lot of stuff to look at. I figured I might as well go live with this. I got an audience already. This is Gina Hill and Final Days. And so I got a lot of people that don't watch my channel. Check this out. A little intro I did for you guys, a little special intro. And yeah, I'm going to monitor that Facebook thing going on. I'm watching it right now as I'm talking to you. But these ships are amazing, folks. Shout that out. Thank you for showing up to the Tail of the Dragon. And I'm watching it. It's so far. Anything happens, I'm coming back. If it's looped, I'm sorry if it's looped, but it still was live somewhere. But I don't think it was looped. I think it's coming right at us. We got we got that big comet going down, Atlas coming our way. They shot some missiles at it. Look at this. Spaceship's out right above your head, folks. So I had a brainstorm. I could show this live from my channel. It's my channel. I give myself permission. Everything I do live, folks, I don't care what music, all this music's on here. It's all my music I made, and they copyrighted all of it. So I made it on Music Maker Jam. It says non-copyright, Welcome to CCTV. I'm going to be happy, guys. That was kind of freaky watching that. All you new people, we only get crazier by the moment. Gina, this is great work. Final Days. I'm going to show some of her craziness in a minute here. She found a giant, breathing, living, giant, massive ship arc to pick up the Elite for $10 billion a seat. I don't know, guys, but Gina catches some awesome stuff. Keep watching. Shout it out. How you doing, Pierce? Chris, let me see. Matabu, how you doing? Steven, if I get your name wrong, I'm sorry. Matt Boo, subscribe. 3 a.m. London, subscribe. It's only going to get stranger, folks. Now, on the left here on this picture, I can tell you it's a hotel, but I'll get to that later. Salute, Shining, aka, what's up? Okay, I'm watching the skies that are live, and I'm saying that I'm going to say they're in Europe somewhere, Spain. It could be over the Antichrist people in the
I'm in
Vatican.
Amsterdam, which is without a doubt the cannabis capital of the world.
I hate
And that's because
commercials.
of the enormous.
We'll put a commercial there. Sorry about that. So Manny, what's up? So I don't know where in Europe, but I'll find out, guys. I'll update you on it. I'm gonna go back to that if something happens. So we are live, and I'm staying live until they shut me down. Because we're in the fake last days, the fake end time. You know? Yeah, it's fake, all right. I've never seen so many friggin' UFOs in my life. Jesus, help us. Now, all this music I came up with yesterday morning. Welcome to CCTV. Today I'm going to do a couple filterings and forensic show on Final Days. I love her channel. I like this article she put out last week. $10 billion per seat on the ark. Mind-blowing, people. But you see it, right? So what I'm going to do, I already set some filters up. I'm going to take you through a few of them. Then I'm going to do some work on it. Anyways, shout out to Final Days. Doing a lot of shout out videos nowadays. And I'm filtering it right here. I just already did the filtering, so you don't see all that. And I just want you to focus on that fish ship. Let's call it the fish ship. It looked like a salmon at first. And I kept zooming in, going, okay, what is, she didn't. You could tell that Final Days. I don't know your name. I'm sorry. You could tell she didn't do any filtering because there's no highlights around the letters or no highlights around this guy. Okay. So, she was putting $10 billion a seat. I don't know. It could be totally true. I'm thinking about that movie when it was like, China had those boat kind of arcs and the floods were coming. I forget which movie, 2012 or whatever it was called. But this thing is amazing looking. It's 100% weird. The dead giveaway is like this ship right here. You can see how it's, so I've seen some of these ships. Area 51 footage right there. And then you got these ships, and are these just pods coming down to pick people up? I don't know. It's crazy, isn't it? You gotta love it though. Okay, let's keep going on the filters. So watch it, you'll see what I filtered on it. And I'm not trying to debunk it. I'm trying to see how awesome it looks. I mean, it's just so surreal. See up front here. These are like the front of the ship. It's like a huge. I bet you this sucker blows off and it could take off in space by itself if they had to abandon. This is like a space blimp. Let's call it the space blimp, We have no scientific name for something like this. Okay, now I'm at this point. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take you to this radial filter. I've already set it up. So I'm going to hit it. Okay. See, I could put the filter on an angle, guys. You got your little bars here. And I could just hone in on an area. Like I could do the dehazing. Remember, dehazing brings it darker. I'm going to bring it darker. And you see these little pods here. They're ships. I think they're like, how they're picking the people up. Wherever all the CEOs are all up in here. See, there's one right there. It's pretty big. This thing might reach the ground right there. But as I do this radio filter, bring the contrast all the way up. See, and then now you can see this thing real clear. If I bring the blacks down, you can see that. It'll come out, I think.
We are being censored. America's news outlets no longer provide the truth. I'm Joshua Phillip, senior investigative reporter with the Epoch Times, and we stand for truth and tradition. 90% of news outlets in the United States are controlled by 6 corporations. They're not at
You can clearly see the V-shaped ship. Now, is this what they've been spending all our money on? Great shot. Final days. I love your channel. Keep up the good work. May our God bless you. He wishes that you'd be 1,000 times. He prays that you'd be 1,000 times more blessed than you are, sister. So, excellent work. Excellent capture. The day of the Lord is at hand. The day of the Lord is at hand. You know what that means, people? The day of the Lord is at hand. I'm going to put some color on this if we could bring it out more. Bring the exposure up a little bit. I want to see the front of it. I'm sorry, I want to see the front of it. And this little tool, you can tell if something's real, something's fake. Now this actually could have been, this actually could be one of the objects that have been blocking the sun. Have you thought about that, folks? Let's bring the contrast down, bring the blacks up. Doesn't make much difference in the black. Actually, it's better if I go probably upper on the black, then bring the gamma down, exposure. I'm just trying to see things that I could pull out of here. There's that ship. I'm amazed about these ships. They're not even connected. They're like floating underneath. Now with this radial tool, I have a linear. Let's just go radial. All I'm doing, putting dot, and I'm spreading it over an area, like this little ship. Now, what's good about this for this show, which I love these filters, you can really mess stuff up. So it doesn't make much difference, right? You can go backwards up here on top. I'm going backwards. So we'll leave that alone on that filter. Go back to the fish filter.
I found a way to run my old computers with no hard drive. Here it is, and it's not in this computer.
See, I'm doing the bigger filter now. So you can see there, this thing is truly not a fish, but something bigger. Let's see if I can light that head up there up. This is what I wanted to really see right here. So I'm going to create a filter just for this area. I know it's bright. Let's turn it down. I'm going to say, you can mess some pictures up. Thank God for reverse. So I really want to see here is up here. I lightened it up. I wanted to see the structure up there. See that structure? I could spend all day doing this one. But it's fun to see what you're really looking at. And so the filters, they really give you the opportunity to explore more than meets the eye. And see, I'm just doing that general area. Let's go down here, see what we can get. Now, everything I change in that circle. You could bring out distinction. Sometimes it just, so this is so real that it's hard to separate it from the clouds and the fog. So you got a larger triangle coming down to the ground. See this thing? I think it's actually touching the ground. See right here? So I'm just hitting this area. Let's do it like that. So whatever we slide it over, it's gonna bring it out. Except for up there. Up there you need a lighter. But see right here, the structure down here? This is how they're picking them up. Right off the ground. Yeah, right off the ground. It goes right to the ground. And then, the sunlight. I don't know. It could be these little ships that are picking them up. Very good capture. Final days. Very good. I've been wanting to do this. So, I've been wanting to do this for a while. Anyways, let's go to something else. Let's go to some Agena stuff.
If you have an old slow computer, you have to see this.
Put the extra PC into the USB port right there on the side of the computer like that. And I'm going to double click on that right now and I'll count you in. Ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1, double clicking. All right. That was fast.
And if you're anything like me, you probably have some old computers around your house that just aren't working as fast as they used to.
It's a remarkable little device that I've discovered, and it is called Extra PC. It's a USB stick, a normal USB drive, and on this drive is an entire operating system. So we find our USB port that we want to use, hit the power button, and start hitting the F12 key. It'll bring up a menu that you need. There it is. That was super fast. We're going to go ahead and take the down arrow to USB storage device and hit enter. And then watch the magic.
Mark Oman started a small computer business with his son, and now it's a multi-million-dollar company. There it is right there, Extra PC. What exactly is it? What does your company do?
Well, Extra PC is a very small device that actually takes any old computer, Mac, PC, and makes it like new. Mm-hmm. There's 1 billion old computers actually in the world today still in use. And those computers mostly end up in the landfill or on a shelf somewhere. Mm-hmm. With Extra PC, you can actually make that computer like new, make it useful again.
This laptop, the hard drive is completely dead. It hasn't booted up in years, and theoretically, Extra PC should bring it back to life. I'm going to put it into the side of this laptop right there, and we're just going to hit the power button, and we're going to see what happens. Now, remember, I've seen this before, and I've seen that. Okay, now wait a minute. That screen that was just up there, that it has been locked on that screen for years. It's Extra PC. I didn't even do anything. All I did was just hit the power button.
We were about to throw this to the curb, and my wife's computer broke. We couldn't afford to, buy a new one, and I just had to try out Extra PC. Let's go to Google first. Okay. Now YouTube, Look how fast this is. We'll go ahead and play a video right now. Okay, see how quick that loads? That is incredible. I think this thing is about 10 times faster than it was before.
There you go. And I'll take you over to Gina's site in a minute. But she's been catching these ships. And I said, okay, I wonder what I could do on my cam. And she's got really good pictures. She's catching these off her cell phone with a telelens. And I just actually bought one. And the telelens is really, she's using, I think she said a, I forget, iPhone 8? Anyways, Gina, awesome job. Look at this, Gina. I'm going to show you a couple things. I know you're going to like this. Gina gave me permission as long as I give her a shout out. Facebook, she has a ton of these pictures. And like this is one, I don't know if that's the sun. I believe it's the sun. But, so let's go in here and see what we could find. I found something earlier. I was just playing around seeing if I wanted to do this. And to start out with, though, I seen a ship here. Well, let's go with this one to start out. That's like the back end with you see the flames, you know? And just amazing pictures. Let's go through her library real quick. I just took these snapshots to get a really clear shot. Look at these things. You can see the detail without doing nothing. What? I'm going to do something. I can't help it. I got to do something. Let's look at these two. Hope you like this, Gina. If you want to know what the filters are, just email me. I'll tell you the filters. Like, see, and that's too much filter for it, so I don't want to use that much filter on these. I want to keep the green background if I can. I'm going to bring the exposure up just a little bit. See, it's good edges on it, good sharp edges. I'm going to do the autocorrect. See, the autocorrect wants to bring it down again. I'm going to bring it back up to light. Still autocorrect. Wow. Now I do have on my other computer a maximizer. You see how that ship is structured, folks? Let's take some shadow off it. Oh, I like that. Look at that. Just like separates it. It's got like a magnetic field or something around it. What in the world? Awesome picture. So each one is a real ship. It's an actual, you know, spaceships like you'd see in a movie. Let's go back to this one. We'll take that shadow, bring it back down. Right up front here. You see the back kind of lifts up, and the front has a round type of deal. Let's leave that filter on. This is actually something. I'm gonna take all the filter off. So now we're back to the original. We were looking at that one. Let's look at this one. The same thing, same types of ships. This one seems to have one right behind it or one right over it. I'm not saving any of these. I'm not really filtering the heck out of them. This one's even clearer. Let's see if I can put some clarity what it does. It's like race cars, like spaceship. These are like space buses. I mean, you need to think about this. It'd be like the days of Noah. So what if these ships are just all from Nibiru? A couple of the different planets they got there. They're all going to say, let's invade her. And they got their rapture. Because, you know, these Anunnaki, we call them, they're fallen ones. They're shining ones, they call them in the Bible. They're the watchers. They're the 1/3 of the angels. This looks like a saucer right here. I got to go on. I got to stay on that one page for like a week.
Okay, so this is gross, but you've got to learn about it anyway. It's for your own good, it's for your own health, and the health of your family and your pets too. I've always had allergies, but they got worse when I moved into a new home in a new town. I started getting more and more sore throats, more headaches, and even acne.
Here's another one I got from her. I kept taking ones to make sure I got a real clear one. But what if these things really are Anunnaki? And because there's something, there's no doubt there's something. Some of the best UFO shots I've ever seen. I mean, I could see Gina 8,000 hits on this thing in a couple days. She could be as big as Third Phase of the Moon or Secure Team 10 if she don't watch it. She'll have herself a paycheck coming in. Look at this ship. Look at that thing, guys. Okay, so let's do a little fun on it. Let's do a little radio. Let's see if we could take this spaceship and enhance it. Okay. You know, I'm just like a kid having fun, people. I'm gonna do some. Do a little bit of contrast, brings it darker. I'm here watching with you guys. What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Brand new on the channel. And there's nothing subscribe, wrong and those that are not brand new on the channel, hang out and talk. Because this thing has a feather in we're in the last days, people, and Jesus is returning soon. Less or more. So get it as tight as I can. Now you'll see what I could do. You could really zone in on that thing. Bring the clarity out. This is a ship that was almost not seeable. Brought that ship out. There was one right there, Gina. I'm curious about this thing. This thing. Stuff like that. I think they're like drones. But do you see this circle right here? Let's see what that is. See, these are like drones. Let's go back to our radial tool again. And I think this is a saucer. And, you know, there ain't nobody doing this kind of, I don't think there's nobody doing what I'm doing right here on the internet. So the ship above, that one right there we did. Now we're going to try to bring this thing out. I think it's a saucer that's dark. See, I'm always looking for the hidden thing. I don't know why. You know how I am. Let's see if I can get the, see how it's like looped right there? I'm just wanting to bring it out past that diamond black mark. And then I could just, I don't want to touch the one I did up on top at all. Now let's see if I could contrast that. Doesn't do much contrast the other way. Exposure. So I think it's something. Hard to tell. Anyways, that's the giveaway, the 2 square things. Anyways, I did that. So I can hone in on stuff and see if we can clear it up. That's something, but it's so far out there. There's some things right there. So you don't know what you're looking at, really.
California homeowners, if you have a power meter like this on the side of your house, you can qualify to erase.
Let's just do a little radio. I'm getting better at this tool. See how it just took those, it cleared those, see those lines, those pixelations? Should be able to clear that up. This is a real fun tool, Gina, and I will get a hold of you and let you know what it is. If you pursue this little hobby of yours, like my hobby, it grows because people start putting the, you feel the people really wanting to know, so you kind of get an urge to do it, right? I'm trying to get a really good shot of these. I don't want it to pixelate. You know, it pixelates and it refocuses. And look at the sharpness. Sometimes you, with these filters, you can go so easily just go over. Okay, I'm gonna continue this on the next. I'm doing 10-minute slides at a time on Bandicam free version because it's really good quality. Actually, the Bandicam. On my other computer, it was hard to work with, but I used it for a while. So let me go to the next shot. So I do 10-minute shots. You'll see the Bandicam logo. You guys check it out if you want something free to work with. This is awesome. You do 10-minute clips of the sky. And see, I just stopped and started it. But you do 10-minute clips of the sky. And we're still working on this piece from Gina. And I really don't care how long this show goes. This is some fun material to work with. I mean, Gina, astounding. Okay, so I kind of separated those. Take the thing, and I just pulled them out of the space, and we could really look at them. Let's save that one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple of these and put them to the forensic in a second here. Let's go to the next shot. Next shot. I'm trying to get one that's got some other objects in it, or something I haven't looked at yet. This was a nice little cool one. Here, I'm going to put that radio device. So we just work with what works, right? I'm just going to stretch it out. Put a little tube over it. Let's see, it goes a little down. Let's see what we could do with that one. Contrast always brings it a little bit darker, so you gotta compensate for it. You don't want it too bright, you don't want it too light. And as you can see, these things have like a magnetic field or something around it, you know? I'm gonna put this together best I can. I'm narrating while I'm working, which the Bandicam, you can narrate while you're working. I didn't want that. Let's see. These are saucers. They're like flying buses. I just pulled that one right out so it's clearer. I don't want that. Get rid of that tool. There's one right there. I could probably pull that thing right out of the air. See, some of them are saucer looking. A little bit wider. And see if we can clear it up. Now I'm probably zoomed in like 300, 400 more times than Gina had it. I know Gina's gonna like this because it's really fun to do it. And that's a nice little saucer. Got angles on it. So, you know, you can sit there and say, that's all made up. Yeah, I'm telling you right now, because I could tell if this stuff was fake. It had edges. It don't have any edges. See right here, it don't have any edges around it. Okay, so as you can see, I got my little tool. I don't use it a lot. See, as you can see, if you don't think that's a spacecraft, or that's something from America, it might even go down farther. But check this out. This whole area right here, it could be part of the ship too. Now see, this is where I'm talking about. And you got your angles. Perfect angles. So it's not like a lens flare or a bug, and there's too many of them. This one kind of comes down like that. What do you think? What do you think, people? Nice work, Gina. Got me wondering. It's a trip. See, now it stays filtered. Now if I go back to the radio tool, see, I could refilter it again. These are beautiful filters. It's a beautiful thing. I upgraded from a version 8 to a version 10. It was like night and day. That thing, I got to do it, you know. You can see the pixelation in there. See if I can dehaze it a little bit and to make it darker. It gets rid of some of the glare when you dehaze it. See if I don't dehaze it. See how it looks right there? Watch when I dehaze it. And it refocuses it. So I'm going to go with sharpness. Can't do much sharpness. It'll actually make it worse. But this one's a hard one to see. That's why I'm going after it, because it could be the jewel. Take some of the black out of there. The smaller ones seem to be very hard to nail. That's just another one. Man, when you get this many UFOs, it's almost like a UFO extravaganza. Just look at this ship. Look at that, guys. And I'm thinking this whole thing is something. Right there, I'm thinking that's all something. There's something there. A little contrast. This is definitely a bigger ship or some type of vessel. Shadow that a little bit. So you can see stuff's out there in space. Depends on how the situation is with the sun. Sure, that really does bring it to focus right there. I brought the clarity, oh, the whites up. This is clarity. See, so you can see that object up there. There's a whole structure. There's stuff going on out here, guys, that are beyond. I mean, they laugh at me. They'll be laughing at me saying, Chris is good, though. Look, he found that too. So let's just keep going. I'm up to like 30 minutes on this thing. Let's go to the forensic. I got enough to work with, I think. I'm going to save this page just because it's interesting. And we're going to go to the forensic. Oh, we're going to go to a couple other pictures before I go there. Gina, I love these ones right here. But Gina was talking about this one quite a bit. Let's clear that up for Gina. Check this out, Gina. Let's do the radial tool. Isolate the burn here. Like you say, no pain, no gain. Here we go, folks. Man, look at that. I didn't want that one. I didn't want that one. So I'm just going to isolate that one. That's a huge bust. You see that little orb on top of it? This one's right over the sun. Very interesting. You can see how it separates the atmosphere around it. And this one, I don't know if I could do this, but I'm gonna try it. I've got this new perspective tool. Let's see if I could use this thing properly. Gives you different perspectives. Doesn't make much difference to me on this. It's about the best perspective I want. Go back to my radial tool. Touch my button. Bam. Let's put some clarity on it. Wow. That is a space bus. I just want to point out some things. Now I have an invert mask. Watch this. I invert everything but the bus. And there now. It's a little bit different now. Everything in the scene. I'm going to save a picture of that. So the bus itself stayed the same, but everything else got filtered. So let's save a picture of that. Now this little device here, when you save your pictures, it actually puts a copyright notice in it, a link to your web page. Now see, I got it inverted. Another clip here. I got it inverted, right? I'm going to invert it back. See? So I was isolating the bus. You can see the jets in the back, guys. You can see this. I think it's like a drone. One there, one there. I don't know if this is government. This could be Russia. I mean, but they're, NASA's seen all these ships coming out. So this is a saucer. These are buses. These are like cigar buses. We've seen those cigar things. There's that little thing I pulled out on the other picture. This thing down here, pulled that out. That's a huge craft right there. And so are the elite being picked up by these buses, being taken to some other planet they've cultivated? Or just, it's sci-fi thinking, but, if you watch too many movies where the whole Earth left, and you see these buses like this leaving, right? So, pretty crazy. Let's see what else we can see. So as we can see here, you get quite a bit of good shots. So these are just pure white against black. And I could really mess around with them if I wanted to. Like that, just put a real clear edge on them. But these are all, see how it has the highlight? Kind of like Star Trek stuff, Goes up and down. Just keep going. So you could do a 45-minute show. And these are some pictures she got. There was a couple down here that she really brought out. I'm gonna see if I could bring it back out a little bit. Yeah, see, I put a little dehaze. Let's take the dehaze off. Let's just go autofocus. Let's go manual dehaze. So dehaze makes it a little bit darker. So you can see them clearly. Buses, tubes. Boom, boom, boom. These are in a circle formation, like so. Space and beyond, people. This is some crazy footage. So I just kept snapping shots. I really like that bus right there. There's another one with a lot of stuff. This seems to be always in the same spot. It's just the way she caught the pictures. So, okay, let's go to the forensic tool. And I'll be right back. When I do this forensic, I want the clear shot. Only distortion.
I found a way to run my old computers with no hard drive. Here it is, and it's not in the
Somehow I messed with my voice on the actual video when I did the video for the live. And this morning on that broadcast, I didn't know it was going to broadcast. So anyways, this is all, I did all this yesterday afternoon. And I love doing it, Gina. This was great footage. Just so you know, in a few seconds here, a few minutes, I'm going to start pulling out my forensic tool. And the forensic tool, the sound's good on it, I think, I hope. Anyways, I explain it to you, okay? So keep watching. I did this video. I took my time. I wanted you guys to really just enjoy seeing the sky. And, you know, some things you think they're fake and they're definitely real. Some things you think they're real and they're totally fake. I'm not a debunker, but I'd be the best one you ever met.
Yours for just $19.95. Best of all, smile
Okay, so right now we're at this one area right here. Gina did these with this yellow over here on the left, yellowish brown, which I like. Usually when you dehaze stuff, you get that. So what I did was I did a number of filters on it so you can compare it. And I'm going to show you a couple different ways. This ship right here is amazing. This one stays the same as the original. This right here is an amazing ship. You can get them closer. This right here is amazing. This was too bright of a filter right there. I try everything. See if I can bring it out. Definitely some freaky looking spaceships, huh? Close and personal, Doug. You fly over Doug's house every day. As you can see, it's like a truckload of UFOs. Look at this one down here. Man, that thing's huge. Looks like it's huge. This thing is like an apartment building, people. Look at that. Dawn, look at that. Show my wife. It's like an apartment building. It's not just a little ship. It's like an apartment building. My Lord, help us. What is coming down out of the... That's zoomed in on what looked like a... I've been looking at these Gina buses. I call them the Gina bus UFOs. And that one looks like an apartment building in the sky. Well, guys, there you go. Gil, you want to see a city in the sky? Great shot, Gina. Anyways, you've seen it here. Gina did great work, guys. This is the 5th addition to this video. So that I don't want to get off that sky thing. So let's do some work on the sky thing since it's going to stick its face out in front of me. Let's go to dehaze it from this view. This is Gina's original. Hang on. No, this is I guess this is how I have it. So let's just go from here. I have an eraser tool that's phenomenal. Let's go. There's the original. You could really see that thing. I got to bring it out. So let's go to the original. Let's go back through these one more time. I'll take you back through them on this new video. But this might end up being just a video clip for YouTube. But this is what I did to these folks. These are spaceships like this lined up. Just take them through different filters so you can see them. And I'm gonna call this Hotel Anunnaki here. Another hotel is Gil. Gil likes my hotels in the sky. Gil found my Rio footage. I think it was Gil. Yeah, look at that thing, guys. That's the footage I want to work with right there. You know that hotel Anunnaki? It's like a building. Okay. Let's see what I can do with it. Dehaze it. Brings it out a little bit more. I think the perspective is as good as I might get it. Can't take too much noise. Knock it hotel. Here we go. Contrast. Is that where they park their hovercrafts right here? Carport. Anyways, don't get any more insane than that, folks. Seen it right here. Gina's Hotel in space. Definitely the weirdest thing I've seen yet. Now look at the angles on this. Pull my handy little marker out. Tell me this ain't a building. I'll eat my hat, and I don't even have a hat. Oh, I do have a hat. One of my subs gave me a hat. Richard, thank you for the hat. See now, guys, this right here is another structure laying over that one. Tell me something ain't going on while we need a space force. What the heck? And this looks like it's a little room with windows around it, right? Yeah, I got a great imagination. But look at this. I'm making it up. I don't know what that is, but it's part of the ship or part of the flying hotel. And I would suspect it probably goes something like this down here. If I took my declouder out, I'm not going to do that. But anyways, that's what you're looking at. Crazy, crazy. Which floor do you want? I want to live in the penthouse right here. So let's go on with this crazy video of mine. Before I go on, I want to trip this thing out. See if I could bring out what kind of gas he uses. It's crazy. Too much noise pollution. What's that noise pollution? Yes, gas pollution. You can't use that extreme like that, but point out this right here. These are not spaceships, and I've lost my mind. Gina's lost her mind. Probably her husband's thinking, Gina, stop it already. I think he loves doing it, sounds like. But this is what I like doing, and that, if that ain't real, I'll leave my hat. right there. Boom. Okay. Let's go do some forensic. Okay, we're at the forensic tool with final days pictures, and as you can see, this mothership that they're charging $10 billion a seat. On the side here, you got a magnifier. I'm gonna bring it way up. Auto contrast. You're gonna see just about what it is, real close. It brings it up about another 300 times. Remember I was saying this large thing right here could be like where it comes down and picks them up, kind of like a conveyor area. If I go to auto contrast by channel, the channels are different channels of color, so it's going to pull out. I'm watching my own video. It's freaking me out. Ready? I start up here by the gills. I call What's up, everybody? Welcome to my live show. I told you. I'm going to go back to the meteors in the sky in a minute. There's that black spot. That could be like the bay window. But could it also be like, I don't know, like a space blimp they've created, like an arc. Seeing this right here, these areas. See how it brings out all the different surface content. So as you can see, there's some weird stuff going on with this. Look at this. Could it be a asteroid that alien technology has converted into a spaceship with anti-gravity? I don't know. But you're seeing it right here. See the edge of it? Pretty raw looking. Pretty rough looking. So whatever's on the surface, it's kind of different colors, different metals, different rocks. Looking for like a gun bay or anything. You don't know what you're going to find with this tool. Okay, let's go on to Gina stuff. Let me just do this. This is called a noise sweep. Level sweep. You'll see. And it will bring it out where we couldn't bring it out before. Now we also still have our little, just a contrast of it. We'll bring the opacity down. And it works the opposite with the magnifier. You don't get nothing up there. The magnifier can't see in that level of darkness. So you bring that sweep, makes it darker too, in a different way than gamma. There's a dark space in between there. It's real close. The opacity will just bring it into focus, right? Crazy footage. Final Days does some good work. Shout out to Final Days. Anyways, let's go to the next piece. This is a clip that wasn't cleaned up that much. This is just, let's go to the magnifier, auto contrast. It's going to show you the difference of the metals. You guys looking at that? Up close and personal with these UFOs. There's a little something out there coming in. Look at this bus. Level sweep. A little darker view. But it brings out the edges really good. That's an auto contrast. Let's just do regular contrast so you can see it. Now, luminous grantis, it shows you the actual physical objects. The more intense I go, the more it brings it up. And the opacity, how much, how less. See, now this, your tool, your magnifier, auto contrast, this I don't think matters much down here. Yeah, it does. Okay, so see, by the channel gives you the color. Up here, you don't get the color by channel. But when you leave it on that setting, look at that, guys. Those are actual spaceships. Cutting through the ass of the bus right there. Looks like the Space Voyager. Forget aluminum hats. Aluminum house. Pop back over here to the equal histamine. Histogram. You know, my mind don't want to believe it, and I actually made the video. I need to really use a lot of this one. Just the normalizing it. Now, as I bring it into the luminous granite, my colors also change on my little filter. You get to see stuff you wouldn't see in front of this bus. You can almost make out the door. You can make out the double level metal. It's huge. It's like a little building flying. Like I showed you earlier, a little building flying. See, now the stuff comes out more in a different way, different light. They're actual objects. That's it.
Okay, so this is gross.
The frequency. You go down the level sweep and give you the darker view. Like Gina was saying, you can see the colors on them. And I don't know if it's just the sun reflecting off of them. They definitely don't look human origin, do they? When you bring the opacity up and down, it's going to change your view. Clearer, less clearer. Let's go auto magnifier, level sweep. That one's definitely green. That one's green, front and back. Militant, maybe these are the militant ships. You know how they do militant. This one's green and brown. Kind of pinkish mauve. Wow, that's a sleek looking fast thing there. Who knows what these things are? What kind of warships they are, you know? Anyways, I'm gonna go to the next. Now, you remember I did this picture. I'm gonna show you a little bit of the angles on Hotel Hell here. Whatever this thing is, this structure right here. You see how the angles are just perfectly cut? These are bay windows or something. I'm convinced they are. And you go up on top of that. Now, this could be a craft that's sitting like in a carport, right? I'm just making stuff up, guys. You know, look at the angles on this. I'm just showing you details of it. This is real stuff going on. See the straight lines? You see the cutout? Notice these cutouts. Up here is more like a gunship. Look at that thing. It's like a gunship, ray ship. Who knows? This could be the fire coming out of the back right here. I'm just using my imagination to make a show, but you know, you guys got an imagination too. You talk about that. How surreal is this picture? This is like a hot rod. Look at this thing. What was that? Battlestar Galactica? They had those small craft. This could be some of those fighter ships. And these fighter ships, I noticed that they're hanging out around the hotel. You know, the Indians and the Chinese, they did all that history with the gunships and people fighting and nuclear attacks. I've watched all that. It's crazy, right? Crazy footage. This is as clear as I can get this piece. Like I said, it's constantly getting these giant faces. Right here. Where'd he go? Anyways, I'll run across him again. Right here. He's in the dark. Look at that right here. Hovering out right below it. It's a giant looking face. Anyways, that's my imagination going off again. You ain't never gonna get a view of a hotel and up by the sun like that ever again. Look at the lines. See that? Part of that hotel that sticks up. We don't even see it because it's so dark. But this tool kind of brings it out. Let's see if I change it to the histamine or a histogram. See if I can get that face. What is the face? And it just turns the dark spots blue. The shaded areas. See how it has the windows in it? You don't see them unless you use this tool. You can see the windows right there in the side of that building of what it looks like. Or their orbs. But you can see the straight lines. This thing looks like a gunship. And the reason I say you got that one object right there sticking out, and the bottom object's like the actual ship. See? Anyways, makes for a weird conversation on it. Wow, look at that thing. That don't look like something. Okay. This filter piece I did just to give a different color outline when I do this. The ship stands out perfectly by itself. Some different kind of ships you don't hardly see. If we go to the luminous, grantis, there you go. Look at the angles on that thing. There you go. That's cool looking. Now we check them out. Oh, here we go. This one's just got the outline. They use this tool for like fingerprints and take a picture under a telescope. Then you could examine the picture. It's like a forensic tool they would use for police work, investigative tool. It looks really good for UFOs. Some flying pencils. They're definitely not pencils. Look at that. They got rocket engines in the back. Yeah, that was Gina. Looks like a part of a puzzle, like those two go together. And I wouldn't be surprised if this alien technology is that smart, where they go together like 50 ships into one giant building, like we just seen. Now I did this black and white. Let's do the auto contrast. Just to see what these edges look like in black and white. Like the top of a, you know, it's like, you ever go to, ask my wife, what's the name of that place we went to where they had the jousting done? Huh? Medieval times. This building, guys, see the roof on it? It's black. You can see it in this picture. It's like a roof on it, and here's like the windows to the hotel. Oh my God. That, you know, I was saying that might be a spaceship, but that just might be like a, you know, a living area. Here's under the carport, I called it. But look at the angles. It's like a building, like medieval times. It looks just like LA. And here's some And here's some of his special cars. High powered. Look at this one. You can see the metal on it, guys. Black and white. And here we go with the. See, that's what I'm saying. These could be like parts that pop together. I mean, it's kind of far fetched. I'm not a scientist. I'm not going to act like it, but you know, you've seen the one ship. It like fit into the one area. Could they end up connecting together, making like a larger city? I mean, just food for thought, right? Let's go on. It's crazy on my channel. Someone said, am I going to lose my mind like Dr. Albers? I don't think Dr. Albers lost her mind. I think Dr. Albers is showing you something you don't want to wake up to. I think she does a great show. I mean, she's trying to put words to, I'm not even going to attempt to try to put words to any of this, you know? I mean, look at this thing. I'm showing you this stuff up like 10,000 close. No, I don't know what that is. Use your imagination. Okay, I popped it over to another clip. Now, see these two pieces right here, if I had them blown up. Remember I told you they look like they fit together. Here's your ship again. Well, the reason I'm going over it is because it's very interesting. I like these pictures. Like Gina says, I really like my pictures. I like your pictures, Gina. These are amazing. I'm glad I got this tool to do this. If you email me, or I'll email you the address for this tool. I don't tell everybody. If you find it, good. Do shows like I'm doing. Do shows like you do. But it's not like a secret. Let's do the level sweep. I'll bring it up and get more of a granite. And you see these circles right here, folks? I don't like them. It's two giant circles. Now, is this some kind of dimensional thing going on? I mean, this is floating out in space. What's going on? Are these things here? Look at the top of this ship, Gina. When I use this filter, it brings out like stuff that's going on top of it. I don't know why. Let's try to figure it out. Here we go. Darker filter. Use the magnifier with the histogram. We'll just really bring stuff out. See that color purple coming out of that thing? You've got a little gunship right there. Oh yeah, most people don't have enough patience to look at stuff like this. So, oh, it's fake, so they can go to something else that is fake and believe the fake stuff they're actually looking at. Like this. This looks like Legos. Okay. Moving on, moving on. This is my last. Here's a piece I really cleaned up. It's a small picture, but look how tight the picture is now. These things are like round buses, like tubes. Remember this one? I think I brought this one out with the filter, right? Look at that thing. That's definitely an engine. There's your craft. Are they Elon Musk? Put these up there? No, I don't think so. Are they connecting Legos? See how Gina, you were telling how they're stacked so perfectly? I think they actually could interlock. I'll just say that. These could interlock, okay? Just so if you're wondering, see how they have those angles are all alike, and certain ones have certain angles. Now, you know, these things are not using gasoline or rocket fuel. These things are using anti-gravity. And the reason I say that is you can see the atmosphere around the ship is disturbed. Especially on this one, you see all the disturbance, but you know, we also noticed that there was some. Let's look at the luminous on this. And it brings out the angles of the ships. They're definitely tubes. You know, they let me throw this up there a little bit for this thing. Everybody thinks Chris is crazy. Well, you go get this tool, do it yourself, and tell me if you're crazy. This is a real deal. Real deal. There you go, the angles on it. Orange X. This is one of the original shots I took from our video. Before I cleaned them up, so you can see how much cleaning them up with this tool actually helps you. Just want you to see how they move the space and time around it. Let's go to the auto contrast, and I'll talk to you guys later. God bless. This is gonna finish. I'm not gonna go more than an hour. Share this video. It's the best UFO shots I've ever been able to show on YouTube. Now I'm going to point to something. This is me talking live. I'm going to point to something that looks like a giant on a balcony. So eyes peeled, okay?